Hello, welcome to a live head-to-head match of Critter Kitchen. I am Peter Vaughn at Cardboard Alchemy.
And I'm Rosie Pocket. Might be the first time I say that. Rosie Pocket, and I'm the comms manager.
We're going to play head-to-head, aren't we, Rosie? Because we don't have anyone else here to do this.
Yeah, I'm so ready to take you on.
Excellent. Actually, we do happen to have a couple of designers of the game. We have Peter C. Hayward, who is blue, and we have Alex Cutler, who is red.
Who did it?
Just give us a full close-up, could you, Alex? Just get right in there in the camera. There we go.
There we go. Nice.
This is 360 on that chair.
This is our our fourth time playing. The first two times I beat Peter by I think 10 points the first time, 15 points the second time, and I was very cocky. I was extremely overconfident. We went into the third game, and I said at the beginning, if you beat me this game by enough that it cancels out the scores that I got my previous two wins, so like 25 points, I will dye my hair. And Peter got 26 points on me. So
wouldn't you know it? And that wasn't rigged at all. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't do anything of the sort. We have dealt out a really cool game of Critic Kitchen. If anyone doesn't know what this game is, it is the latest game from Cardboard Alchemy. It is a very fun game where you play an animal chef running a restaurant, and you were trying to serve up all the denizens of Bistro Bay, including a famous critic coming into the end of the round who will want a 7-course meal from every single restaurant. And so we are, in fact, playing that Peter is playing the blue restaurant and Alex is playing the red restaurant. This would be a good time for me to mention that the artwork for this game is done by Sandara Tang. She does an amazing job. So there you have it, the red restaurant. Every restaurant is unique art. So there we go with the red restaurant. And then we also have the blue restaurant. When you own the game, of course, you get a restaurant shield too, which has the exterior of your restaurant. These are the kitchens inside. You have a mouse, a lizard, and a boar chef. And you're running around in this game in 7 rounds with those chefs trying to find the best ingredients around town. So you're going to see that you've got the town here of Bistro Bay has a soup truck stop. It has a garden top shop, a desert vendor, the Midnight Merchants, and the Chef Academy. It's a lot of fun, and we're going to go through the game with you. We'll have these designers talking about why they're doing what they're doing, how they're playing, because we are delivering this game right now to backers. Anyone who supported this game on Kickstarter, thank you so much. And one of the ways we're going to go about the next couple of weeks is we're going to release videos. We're going to show content creators playing. Rosie's done amazing unboxings of the game. We're going to do things like this head-to-head match in order to help you play. And if you have any questions while we're in the middle of the stream or after, we have a Discord group. We have a Facebook group that you can ask all sorts of questions. You can tag Peter and Alex at any time of the day or night for anything you want to know.
Pretty much, honestly. Like, you're probably joking, but I live on that Discord, so yes, you can tag me with rules questions.
All right. So, where do we want to start here? Do we want to talk about the critic that we have coming to town? Is there any rules that I didn't go over in the overview that you want to make sure we talk about first for anyone who's brand new watching this thing?
I think we'll probably dive in. Let's do the critic for sure, and then maybe the 2 carts would be fun.
All right. So today we're playing the pig, and the pig right there. The mechanisms of the pig. I'll scroll over a little bit so we get it. So throughout the game, spice does not count towards your refrigeration limit. They have refrigerators in their restaurants that can only hold so many things, and spice does not count. The pig loves spice, and you're using all sorts of non-refrigerated spice, apparently. And you can keep all those public. Everyone knows what you have in the spice category. Also, when preparing the critic meal at the end of the game, each course may contain 2 ingredients of that type. Normally, you can only have 1 of the carrot meal, 1 of your best spread, but the pig is like, let's see 2 plates there. Let's have that happen. All right.
Pig cake comes in the expansion, I believe. There's obviously a critic in every game, but this is an expansion critic. Also in the expansion come carts, which are a new feature that you can play to, I was going to say spice it up, but that's confusing in a game that's so heavily based around spice.
So what you've got here is you attach these to the bottom of, there's some locations that have a curve to the bottom of them, and there's a cart with an umbrella that Sundara added, and then you can actually deal up. In a 2-player game, you only have 2 carts, and a 3 and beyond, you're going to actually have another location that can have a cart. So the carts that were selected for this game are coffee, added to the garden top shop, and the desert vendor added to, organic cart added to the desert vendor. So
I think organic was literally like one of the first carts we ever came up with. Like day one of carts, we started with organic because we wanted the ingredients in this game normally go from 2 to 7, and soup is worth 1, and organic is an 8. And so it was it was called fresh. It was fresh food, and so it was an 8 because it's so much better than everything else, but it cannot be refrigerated. And so that changed. Peter, you changed that to organic, which I think is a much better fit. But it fits that same theme.
Yeah, it felt like that was a nice way to say that these fresh ingredients are going to go away. But I love the fact that they're an 8. So at the beginning of the game, and we're going to be in round 1 here, we're going to take one of the tokens, and we're going to put it right here. So that says that there's going to be an 8 fish there. And then the coffee, which we haven't talked about, is always the same. It's a coffee cup with a cute little paw there for the animal town. Do you want to say what coffee does?
Yeah, so coffee, when you go to one of these locations, you can take the cart ingredient. Normally ingredients you don't take move down to the Chef Academy, but stuff on carts do not. They just go away. You've got one chance to get it, and then the cart vendor takes it home and gives it to his children. Children love fresh fish and coffee. For those who don't have kids. And so the way the coffee works is if you take it, so let's say I sent my lizard out here, I would get 2 picks. I could be like, oh, this bread's really great. And then as my second pick, I could take the coffee. And what that means is I get to shoot forward to any location where I don't have a chef. And when we resolve that location, I will take a full additional turn. So my lizard will get another 2 picks at the new location. So the coffee just gives you that burst of energy to like zip ahead and get some more ingredients.
Wow, that sounds incredibly powerful. How could that go wrong?
There is a downside. If you are the player at the end of the game with the most coffee, you lose a star. This is literally the only lose a star mechanism we have in the entire game. And it's very, very powerful to fill up on coffee. I can attest to that personally right now. But it does have a downside if you overdo it. So whoever has the most coffee at the end of the game loses a star. If we have the same amount of coffee, we both lose a star.
I'm going to put the bisque here at the soup truck. Now, keep in mind, this area of the soup truck is infinite soup. So if you need more, you could go to the bowl there. We are going to be playing. So we're in round 1, as evidenced by the cart here. If you have the standard edition of the game, this is your round marker. You've also got Savory Stack is our opening challenge. So that means that cheese, meat, and mushrooms will be valued at the start of the game, and we'll know about that. We've also got the tie break track right now. That puts Alex in the lead for picks if there's a tie.
Not for long.
And we'll see how that goes. And we have the Chef Academy in a 2-player. We're on the 2-player edition of that card. We're also on the 2-player edition of Midnight Merchant. You just flip the board over to get the other side. Chef Academy has more ingredients for 2-player. And our first zoo chef is going to be Carol, the koala. Now, Carol says if you're at the back of the priority track, gain a star after Carol's done picking. So we'll see how that comes into play. Now, Carol's not here this round. What this is saying is that you can pick another chef. These are trainees at the academy. They're ready to go. They want to be part of your kitchen. And if you hire one, meaning you pick Carol instead of an ingredient, that means you're saying next round, I want Carol in my kitchen cooking up, going to another location. Then you can see that the zoo chefs have a carrying capacity, just like the other chefs. They also have a power, which may or may not work out for you, but at least you'll have one more chef that round.
We got a question from the audience. Oh,
yeah, there was a question about the symbols on the critics, why there's a long play, why there's a round play.
Sure.
Every critic's power comes into play at different times during the game. So if you see the small plate symbol, that means it affects the challenge rounds, and then the large rectangular plate means it affects the final serving. And so if it has both, so this pig's power is saying that it's going to be sort of pervasive through the whole game.
Right. And we reflect that too in the components with the challenge plates are these circles. And then the long critic plate does tell you the 7 ingredients you're going to be serving at the end. And that's how those icons help you cue into what you need there. Now, as I've zoomed over to this area, I've also found out that our players will be playing with executive chefs. And these are a special bonus thing you can add to the game as well. We're throwing in a lot of different things here. These are restaurateurs. And Alex today is playing Jamie Oliver, which is one of the first ones I think you both came up with was Jamie Oliver.
These might be the first two, actually.
Oh, that's great. Classic.
Yeah.
I wish I could take any credit for the names, but that's all Alex and Nicole Cutler.
And we're also playing with Goat and Ramsey. So we all know who that is, right? It's probably going to mean that Peter, to get into character, has to yell at us the entire time and call us donkeys. So we'll see if that happens.
It's got a very different connotation in this universe.
Jamie Oliver will have an extra rumor card that only Alex can see that will also still apply to Peter and Goat and Ramsey. And then Goat and Ramsey will have 2 value ingredients worth +2 value in the challenge meals, meaning that if that 2 cheese, I think there was a 2 out there in the Chef Academy, wasn't there? A 2 wine. If that wine is not good enough for Alex, maybe it will be, because Goat and Ramsey can turn anything into the best ingredient, right? So these restaurateurs basically give you a little bit of different flavor as you're playing the game, something that maybe you're shooting for or someone else isn't shooting for. The rumor, since Jamie will be bringing a rumor, Alex has a rumor over here. There are also 3 other rumors about the pig that the players can learn about these 3 rumors, and that'll change how the pig is scored. Now, you don't have to learn those in order to win, but if you do know that the pig likes to-go ingredients, or the pig likes, carrots the best, that may help you in the game. So we'll see whether or not that plays into the strategy of the players today. All right.
I think we're probably... Oh, why do I have 4 zoo chefs? 4 chefs. Oh,
This
it's
is
my hat.
Oh, you have a hat. We're going to take the purple hat out of the
Get out of here, purple hat.
And we'll add the blue hat. Okay.
No one
Are
likes
you
purple,
ready?
isn't that right, everyone?
Now that you know the ingredients that are in town, you know about the coffee, you know organic fish is valued. You see Carol out there. Are you ready to get your game on?
Now, Alex wanted to up the stakes for the bet this time. He said his house.
Wow.
Yeah, no thanks. I will say, though, if you win this one, then we're 2-2, and we're going to have to do a 5th one.
Yeah, it's true. And that's when you'll bet the house versus my rainbow lamp in the background. It's a fair bet, I feel.
So I'm going to make you dye your hair normal.
In TTS, by the way, the players cannot see what's behind their other player's screen. So this red area for Alex, we can see it, but Peter cannot see into this area, and vice versa. When Peter's got ingredients in here, Alex will not be able to see them. But we'll be able to look behind their kitchens and see what they're doing, where they're going, what they might be up to for that final meal. So now what they're doing right now is these chefs, the mouse, the lizard, and the boar, they're putting out cards which correspond to locations in the bistro bay. So if this card right here was to go to, say, the Garden Top shop, that would mean that Peter would be sending their mouse to the Garden Top shop. So we'll see what they're doing. They're going to send that mouse, lizard, and boar to different places. Seems like the red kitchen is still getting settled here, and the blue kitchen knows exactly what to do. Let's see what happens.
I've got a question about the colors on the cart tiles. They are actually tied to... So every ingredient that you take goes behind your screen, and it's secret from the other players, and that's also your refrigeration area. So there's a limit to how many things you can store. Some carts, such as coffee, you can see this little eye symbol in the corner here. That means that it is not private, it's public. It does not need to be refrigerated. So correct me if I'm wrong, Peter, I think all the pink carts are public, don't need to be refrigerated.
Correct.
Organic is unusual in that it cannot be refrigerated. So you hide it, but it cannot be refrigerated. So that's, I think, the only one in that category.
Orange. There are 2 in the orange category. There's pies. And so those are just very...
yes.
They are quirky, the orange cards. But we did that because the main category of cards are actually blue. We don't have a blue one today.
The best color.
reminds you to refrigerate it. And that way, when you just at a quick glance, you can remember, oh yeah, this one needs to be refrigerated.
I don't think it was intentional, but I really like the color.
Yeah.
Up here. It's
Oh yeah.
pink on pink and orange.
We lined up today as if that was always the thing.
Okay, Alex, do you want to reveal and talk through how you made your choices, or do you want me to?
Sure. Yeah. So I'll go first. Flip these up. So I sent my mouse to the Chef Academy. I did that because I thought there was enough good stuff here that I really wanted to get the zoo chef. So I wanted to have priority, and I picked the 1 over the 2 just because I didn't really care about the other things here. And I figured worst case scenario, if Peter also sends his 1 over there, I'm still going to get a spice or anything that
Nice.
slid down. Number 2, I sent my lizard to the garden top shop. I think we'll see if I'm right. I think Peter probably also did the same thing. I think there's 2 really good things here, right? The coffee and the 7 bread. So I wanted to see if I could, maybe I'll get lucky and get both, probably not. If he sends the mouse, I'm still going to get one of the things I want plus a bonus something else. And if he sends his lizard, then I'm still going to get one of the things I want plus something else. So that felt like a pretty good strategy there. And then for the desert vendor, this was just sort of I thought about sending it to the Midnight Merchant, but I thought on the off chance that I get the coffee from the Garden Top shop, I'll be able to send my lizard down to the Midnight Merchant and get some good stuff there. So let me just send the board here and gamble and see if I can get maybe 2 or 3 things here.
Nice.
So your logic was spot on. I sent my lizard to the Garden Top shop.
Wow.
I was specifically looking at the tie break. So if you sent your mouse out here, I would get whichever one of these you didn't take and something else. If you sent your lizard and you take the bread, I'll take the coffee and I'll go supersede you somewhere else. If you send your lizard and you take the coffee, then you've sort of wasted one of your picks. So that was my logic there.
That like sort of encapsulates how you can get inside someone's head.
Yeah.
I was only going to do this.
I think delivery is obviously started at this point, but I think it'll be a few months before anyone can possibly have played this game more than Alex and I, especially the 2-player version. We've played this game hundreds of times at this point. I sent my 1 out to the Chef Academy, same logic as you. Exact same thing.
Another tie.
I sent my boar out to the soup truck because there was a very remote chance that you would send it out to the soup truck and I would get to have you waste your tie break. I figured that was super unlikely, so I would just gather up a whole bunch of soup, which is not to be underestimated in this game.
It's true.
But also, if I got the coffee, I wanted to have like the full flexibility of where to send it based on where you went.
Yeah.
That's a super move.
So we execute. Now, someone in our Discord was saying that, hey, the board sometimes gets ripped off, doesn't get all the things they want. This is a very good place to go to get. You're going to always get 3 things if you go to the soup truck.
You're guaranteed to get at worst 3 soup, which is 3 wilds. It's very powerful.
Right. And I will say people do ignore the soup truck for a little bit because it doesn't seem as exciting. Okay. Here.
All right. So we're going to
break his tie, which is what I was hoping for.
That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and break my tie there. Now, neither of us went to the Midnight Merchant, which means
whoever takes that coffee, we're going to take it.
Right. And so I think that's going to be me. I'm going to grab the coffee.
Wow. Yes. Passing up a 7 because, 2 other things over there.
Yeah. No. You take one of those.
Well, no. If you take the coffee, you move straight away. You're gone.
Oh.
You get up and leave. I'm remembering that correctly, right?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Well, they immediately move their chef. Yep.
Immediately. Okay.
Well then. Changes everything.
This is what's so fun about this game is we had lots of different versions of every single thing. So probably the backers who get this game are going to become the experts, and then they'll be teaching you guys how to play.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about game design is that you always end up being like, "I'm going to do this," and like, no, that was removed 4 builds ago. Yeah. We also haven't played this game. I've taught a lot lately because I've had my copy, but I haven't actually played it in about 2-3 months, I think.
When I played it with Grant and Danny Standring, I was the expert on the table, but they kept being like, "So," it was like, leave them to it.
I think I have to still take the gamble. So
yeah, okay. I thought you might. This is why I sent my lizard here because I was like, if he sends his mouse, then I'm fine. If he sends his lizard, he's losing his tie break and not maximizing the coffee, which I'm very happy with. So I'm going to take this. Now, the unfortunate thing here is that both this bread and this carrot are not needed by the challenges so far, but we'll see what else comes out over the course of the day.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the 2 is not selected. Anything not selected that's not at the soup truck goes all the way over to the Chef Academy.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the desert vendor, and Alex's has a board there who can take.
Oh yeah, Alex
three
gets a nice
things.
clean sweep.
No competition.
Yes. So I will take this wild rumor, and
you have to assign that wild rumor right away to one of the types. So
yes, I'll just put it on the question mark, and I can look at that right away, which I'll do before I pick anything else, just in case it matters.
Should we also look at it as a
I'll look away.
Ooh.
Well, what is it? Tell me what it is. I want to know.
And then now there's a risk here. It's very unlikely. Well, not very unlikely, but it's somewhat unlikely that fish won't be in one of the three challenges for the day. But if it isn't, and I take this organic fish, that means it might go to waste. But I think it's too hard to pass up that.
Okay, so you keep the fish out of your.
It does go in your fridge. It just
I was just putting it down if they someone to look at it first.
What fish is the highest quality? What would we say that fish?
It's an organic fish.
It's a salmon.
It's free range, not farm raised salmon. It's there's no pink dye or whatever. Yeah.
It's I can't believe it's not fish.
So we are going to put out ingredient tokens at the Midnight Merchant. Now, if nobody had gone there and nobody had drank coffee, these would still come out and still go to the Chef Academy.
Nice.
All right.
Now, spice doesn't need to be refrigerated. No one has spice. We are playing with the pig. So one thing about the pig is that you really need to think about that critic meal, because the best of every course at the end, the best fish, the best cheese, the best everything is worth a star. And normally that's just whoever gets the highest number and spices it. But with the pig, you get two things. So you could potentially be serving a 6 and a 7, or a 5 and a 6, or you got to start really thinking like about that dang pig.
All
right. So I'll take the bread and the meat.
And
we're going halibut, herring.
The Chef Academy is packed with ingredients, and there's a new player order, which means that Peter can choose.
And I am going to go patriotic, and I'm going to recruit my friend Carol.
Now that is a tie break again. Tie break only happens when the first grab is as the result of a tie.
And I think, with 2s and 3s out here, it's pretty middling. So I'll take the spice, and that'll be public. I'll just put it in.
Everything else will be thrown into the soup.
I need that hoodie. If there was merch, more merch. If there was more merch.
Do you want to put up the Carol image again for that hoodie?
It's so cute.
I am not a bear. It's awesome that she put that on there.
If they just put an arrow on top, it would be a drop bear.
It's not a bear. It's an X. Koalas are not bears.
What are they then?
They're marsupials.
We're going into round 2.
What are they?
And in round 2, I want to put some ingredients at the Garden Top shop here. Ooh, some spice for mushrooms and a little bit of mushrooms. Not the best mushrooms we've ever seen.
Marsupial is the closest living relative is the wombat.
The desert vendor says, how about some good cheese today and some more mushrooms? And the organic ingredient today is an 8 wine. This is the best of the best wine here.
This is champagne from the Champagne region in the Champagne country.
2 6s at the Chef Academy.
But what are people hungry for?
That's right. Let's see what we get.
Cheese.
Well, apparently we've got a parrot coming into the game in the next round. Peter the parrot. It's a tiny bit vicious. If there is spice at his location, Peter picks a pepper. No, at an additional item. That's what he picks.
And today's challenge, or the next challenge of the day?
Oh, yes. What are we hungry for? Well, comfort food, wine, bread, and meat. Meat comes up a second time. And
no fish, though. No fish for Alex.
That's right. A little bit of a risk here.
Okay. I'm going to be putting up 4 chefs this time because I picked up Carol.
Spice. Look at that. Alex has got the spice just right outside the restaurant there. Just chilling.
And you've only hired Carol for this portion of the day. She must go on break, permanent break afterwards.
She's just interning, and then she's going to go start her own restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the standard career progression. Day 1, intern. Day 2, run your own restaurant.
Now, interestingly, if you notice that Carol wants to be at the back of the line and Peter currently is at the back of the line. So when you have Carol and you're in that situation, you might want to be sending Carol kind of early when you know you're already in the right position. But we'll see if that plays a part. That could be harder in a big player game, but I think 2-player, you should have that under control.
There's a lot of stuff in that soup now.
I know. It's a yummy. It's meaty. It's got some carrots. It's really low.
So far, that's a completely legitimate meal.
Right?
Let's wait and see.
We've got some. The Blue Restaurant is ready.
One of my goals for this year is to cook through everything that came with the recipe cards. So.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
We had.
I was looking through them yesterday, and I love them so much.
Yeah. I got a little. I've talked about this too much. I got a little recipe card holder that I'm in love with because like it holds them perfectly, but also it comes with a little glass sheet and a slot, so you can like have them ready to cook, and it's splatter proof, and it's just like it's really wonderful.
Can you bring me one to the UK? I bet it's not over here.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, I'm good. Do you want me to talk through my choices?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to start here. I am Goat Ramsay. I want 2s, and this soup truck is full of them. So sending out there, there's a chance that Alex tries to snipe me, but he can't take all the 2s from me. And if he sends his 3 there, I will break the tie, and I'll be very happy.
And why do you want 2s?
Because Goat Ramsay's ability is that my 2s are actually 4s for the sake of challenges. So my 2s are very powerful. Well, double powerful. The Garden Top Shop actually has very little there, so I didn't send anyone there. I figured there's a chance that Alex would be like, I want that coffee, I'm going to go for it. So I'd let him have it, hopefully with a nice low number. I sent once more. Oh no, I actually sent my 1 to the Midnight Merchant, because who knows, maybe there'll be something amazing there. And I don't think Alex is going to send his 1 to the Midnight Merchant. I feel like that's not what's on the cards for him. And then I sent my 2 2s, which is Carol and my Lizard, to the Desert Vendor and the Chef Academy. There's a lot of good stuff at the Chef Academy. I'd be happy with any 2 of those. And I sent Carol there because I figured the last space is... I think I'm probably going to break the tie, and then I might even break it back again by the time we get to the Chef Academy. So it's a bit of a gamble. It's a 1-star gamble. I figured I'd go for it.
Nice. So your Lizard of the Desert Vendor.
Did I play you, Alex? You look like I played you.
So I thought he was going to try and lock in that Carol star early by putting Carol at the soup truck.
Yes.
So I suboptimally sent my Lizard to the soup truck.
I thought you might think that.
Yeah. But I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't thinking about you being Goat and Ramsay, and now I'm going to try and steal as many 2s as I can.
It's a good move. I'll be stuck with 3s. Oh no!
And then I also sent my 1 to the Midnight Merchant.
Oh, you did? I really didn't think you would.
And then I figured so much stuff was going to get slid down to the Chef Academy that I could come here with a 3 and still feel pretty good about it.
Oh, interesting.
So. All right.
So that looks like I'm going to not get my star from Carol, unfortunately.
All right.
But no one wanted coffee today. Coffee's off the menu.
Now, something about the order of operations here. Lizards are faster than boars, so Alex is going to get his entire pick of 2 ingredients before Peter's boar even shows up for work today.
This would have been a really good turn to send a 3 to the Garden Top Shop.
Yes, I will take this 2 meat, and even though I guess I'd be hurting Peter a bit, I don't know. It's tough.
I'm in your head, Alex. I'm in your head.
I'm going to take the bisque.
Gotta take the bisque.
Yeah,
the bisque is a better than normal soup. It's served once every round out of the soup truck, and it's wild like the other soup, but it is bigger and better.
Do I want a carrot? There's no carrots on the specials so far.
Right.
But I've got a lot of soup because I went to the soup truck last time, so I will in fact take the carrot.
Okay, they cleaned out the soup truck, and nobody is going to the Garden Top Shop. So all of this comes down to the Chef Academy, making that red boar very happy. Then we've got the coffee does not move. You don't move anything from carts down there. So the Desert Vendor, there is a Lizard who's taking
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, a 6 cheese and an 8 organic wine.
Very nice. Not a bad Lizard turn at all.
Going down to the Chef Academy. We have a Midnight Merchant. Will it be good stuff today? Average one.
no.
Oh,
There is
Ooh.
stuff at the Midnight Merchant. The second best bottle of wine we've seen today. Wine
It's not organic wine, so who even wants it? You should just leave it, Alex.
Well, you get first. Oh no, I get first pick. Oh.
You get first pick. You do break your tie, so I'll enter the next round with the tie break.
Oh, very nice.
Easiest.
I think we talk about this every stream, but so much of the 2-player game is around that tie-break track. Like in especially like a 7-player game, it's quite chaotic in a fun way. But in 2-player, it's very like I need to control when you break the tie, so I can break the tie, so you can break the tie, so I can break the tie.
Because you're not getting those experiences where someone's in front of a tie and it doesn't move it. So
right,
it's very like
it's very active. Yeah.
This is a tough one. I feel like almost any other situation I would take the wine, but right now with me having my own rumor and knowing one rumor, I think I'm going to try the information denial game.
Dang it. Alex also knows that I play this game for the rumors. I will take every rumor every time.
You live for the gossip and the tea.
So we get to see what that is immediately.
I'll look away again.
All right, that's the ... Here's what it is.
No quality rumors for Peter this time.
Okay. And then Peter's taking the 7.
Yes. What's the pun count now, audience? Just keep it in mind.
The Chef Academy is loaded with stuff. Carol is there first with 2 picks before Alex's board gets to go.
So the mushroom spice is tempting me just because it doesn't take up fridge space when you're playing with a pig, and fridge space is going to quickly become a premium because at the end of next round we can only keep 5 things that we haven't served in the challenges. So I'm definitely taking Peter because it's like patriotism but for names.
I fully approve.
I legally have to. And then it's up between I feel like fish hasn't shown up. Alex already has a bunch of fish, so I'm happy leaving him with the fish. Between the mushroom spice, I think I'm going to take the bread because it is needed for the rumor, and it's a 6, which is the second highest number that exists when you're not playing organic.
Not bad at all.
In your kitchen's looking pretty good.
I love that we can see like behind what they're
doing.
Yeah,
right. We can see all of this stuff.
I'm trying not to look at the screen when you're on Alex's.
Blue kitchen. Let's look at the red kitchen. Okay, the red kitchen needs some help. Sorry.
That was a good 3, Alex. That was a good ball pick.
Don't patronize me.
No, it was.
Is there one more pick for the board?
No, I got 3 things.
Okay, so then these are all the soup is getting some more wine thrown in.
And fish.
Only 1, 2.
Wine and fish. I don't know about this combo, but there we go. That's the soup truck. We're going in.
It's got mushrooms, and you love mushrooms.
I was going to say, I thought you'd have more objections to the mushrooms.
Okay, fine. That would be the worst. Here we go with the challenge of round 3, the last of day 1, which is the ultimate melt. And this is what happens when you have an ultimate melt. You say, you know what? We don't have time for the cheese. Hold the cheese.
So Alex's organic fish will indeed get to get him some points.
There are actually
very sad.
BGG that are actually debating right now whether or not this can be a melt without the cheese. It was, it's a fun thing what happens sometimes with that last ingredient. So the Garden Top Shop has mushroom meat, which we hadn't seen in a little bit here, needed for one of the challenges. Spice.
Do you mind if I talk to the chat directly? Is that acceptable?
That is fine.
Chat, I am very sad that Alex got his fish to play. So if you could type F to pay respects, I'd really appreciate that.
Okay, the desert vendor, by the way, is like top of their game today. Best ingredients in town or ever. All right, except for this last carrot that just accidentally fell.
It's a 2. I love a 2.
Stripes is the zoo chef that's coming in next round.
Ellie Burns is currently seated at a Mexican place, so she's getting enchiladas while you'll try and make some stars.
Stripes, when Stripes comes up, is a level 3, can carry 3 things like the boar, but goes first in front of all the other 3s and doesn't break a tie in that situation.
Pretty nice.
Looks like Stripes got in on the hair dye game too.
That's right. Look at that. Nice. Stripes lost the bet while they were playing Critic Kitchen.
I'm missing half my card. Oh, there it is.
And Stripes was actually drawn in a live stream by Sandara.
True.
You can watch Stripes being drawn in one of our older videos. Not
Thank
right
you,
now.
Smoke and
stay
Charlie,
here,
for
but,
tapping F to pay respects. I do appreciate it. It means a lot to me.
Nobody's grabbed coffee since that first round. We'll see what happens here. So when you've got the, let's see, are there any ingredients that are not represented up here? There's no carrots at all in these challenges, which means if one of these executive chefs wants to keep a carrot that's really good going into the final round, they're going to have to store it in their fridge. And you could only store 5 things going out of day 1.
So someone explain why there are only 7 challenge cards.
Why there are only 7?
Yeah, why specifically is there 7 challenge cards?
What's all that about the 7s?
The game is all about 7. There's 7 ingredients. There's 7 days in the 7 rounds in the game. The game goes up to 7 players. The numbers, when you're not playing with organic, go from 1 to 7. And from a game design perspective, 7 challenge cards is the exact right number that you are guaranteed to see every ingredient over the course of the game in a challenge card.
3 times.
So are they all evenly dispersed across the challenge cards?
They are evenly dispersed. The worst case scenario is if, let's say, a fish is out of the game entirely and a fish is last on one of the days and it gets knocked out for being the hold the fish token, you will still see a fish, guaranteed. So it is mathematically the only, not the only way, but the cleanest way to make sure that you see every ingredient at least once.
So like right now we don't have carrot at all, and that would mean that even if the card that's been thrown out is a carrot, then we would have 2 of these cards have carrot on them. There is a chance, obviously, that carrot could still be in the hold spot on that last card, but you would still guarantee the carrot's coming.
Okay, I'm nervous about this.
That's really important for balance to make sure. Now, when you're done, when you play this game, you can actually tuck these below the board, but just show the ingredients, and that'll help remind everyone what ingredients have come up already. If you want to do that. All right, are we ready?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about this one.
Yeah, I think Alex might have me here. I'm going to talk through. You ready?
You want to do yours first?
Yeah, I'll do mine.
All right,
okay.
all right.
So the obvious choice is to put Peter out at the Garden Top Shop because there is spice there. And so even if Alex beats me to it, even if he takes something, I am guaranteed to get 2 picks with my parrot. Foolishly, I've just realized he can't go to the soup truck because I didn't send anyone to the soup truck. I sent my 3 to the Midnight Merchant. Alex is low on chefs because I've been sniping all the zoo chefs. So there is a chance that he just doesn't even go there at all and he tries to pick up ingredients elsewhere. So there's a slim chance that I get a full sweep at the Midnight Merchant.
Wow.
My 2, my lizard, I sent to the Desert Vendor just because there's so much good stuff there that even if I go second, I'm happy to get something from that beautiful, beautiful pile of 7s and 8s. And I sent my 1 because I am dominating the Zoo Chef game, and I'm going to try and play Zoo Chef Denial and not let Alex get a single Zoo Chef this whole game.
Oof. All right. This is going to be another. It comes down to tie breaks kind of round. So I sent my 1 to the Chef Academy for basically the exact same reason. I really want to get a Zoo Chef, and I've been felt boxed out of that. So we'll see who gets to go first there. I sent my 2 to the Desert Vendor for very similar reasons.
Look at these 2 chefs doing the same.
I'd be happy with any 2 of those. Obviously going first would be better. But I think it's going to be you going first because we're not going to have a tie here. So I sent. Yeah. I wasn't thinking about your parrot power.
Here's the thing. I've played this poorly because I can't take the coffee. According to the rules of coffee, you can only take it if you're able to move your chef down to somewhere you don't have a chef, and I put a chef in every other location.
I did notice that when you were.
I only thought about it as I was talking through it.
So you probably won't take the coffee.
I can't. I legally cannot take the coffee.
Which means my boar will be taking the coffee, and it will be going to challenge you at the Midnight Merchant potentially.
Yeah, that was rough. And you will get to go first there because I'll break Alex, my tie here. Okay, well, I have Peter the Parrot, and his ability is that if there's spice, he takes a second item. So I'm just going to go ahead and hoover up all this spice. It doesn't take up refrigeration space. It's
key note: if people are playing the parrot, just because you have spice there and you're getting an extra pick doesn't mean you have to take it. But we're the best things that were there.
Also, very important: if someone else, if Alex had taken, if there'd only been 1 spice there, and he had taken it, I don't get my power. It's only when the parrot activates, if there's spice there, I get a second item.
Good thing the parrot goes fast.
Yeah.
All right, so I will take.
Alex is overloading on coffee though, so that makes me feel a little bit better.
That's true.
He's going to crash at some point.
And then take that 4, and then for my second pick, I'll take the coffee.
There you go.
I want all my hot beverages to have a tiny paw print on top.
I know.
You know, the only thing that's giving me pause here is like if I don't take the.
That was an accident, wasn't it, Alex?
Yes, it was. If I don't take the coffee, when we break this tie here, I'm going to go into the Chef Academy with the tie break and can potentially get stripes.
Oh,
if I do send this down, yes, I'm competing at the Midnight Merchant, but if that ends up being a bust, then I've blown my tie here, and then you're going to get stripes. So
you could, if you wanted to, you could leave the coffee and the mushroom or whatever you took. Yeah, the mushroom, and just go soup. You can always take a consolation soup.
You know, I think I'm going to take the mushroom and not the coffee.
Oh, yes, you can stop taking it any time. Now, because Alex took anything at all, he does not get a consolation soup. It's not that, oh, I took some things but not others. It's if you take nothing from the location, you take, and I believe we put this in the rule book, a consolation soup. That's
Correct.
my favorite phrase to come out of the game.
So if these spots here in the Midnight Merchant are all 7s, I'm going to be real sad about my choice.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to break my tie at the Desert Vendor.
Here we go.
I think I'm going to let you take that meat. If you want that meat, it's yours. I'm going to load up on critic 7s.
It's fair. I'll take the 8.
Critic 7s.
I'll take another 7. I'm going for them juicy critic stars.
Right, so that
you can use that in a challenge if you want to.
And that means I get the 2.
Yeah, there's a thing that I will say that when you're playing the game, of course, you're getting a 7. You're thinking, okay, I'm going to just save that for the pig. I'm never going to use that. But no, you can use it in challenges. It'll go back in the bag. It may come back up, and you could win more stars using it that way than saving it. Now we've got 3 items coming out.
3 7s.
Draw
them 7s.
All 3s. Oh, come on.
Oh, no, it's a bad start.
That's a 4.
I'll take it.
That's a pretty good haul.
It's a pretty good spread. Now, Alex, remember, you don't have to take the Zoo Chef.
Yeah, I'm taking the Zoo Chef.
But you don't have to. Just
I sure don't.
Stripes.
In fact, just to demonstrate to players that you don't have to, maybe you shouldn't, just so they really understand like how the game works. So you did spend your tie on that though.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have my pick of, you know what, a 2 is actually better for me here than a 3. Although, do I have enough mushrooms? I got lots of soup. I'll be fine.
I love the art for the Chef Academy, by the way.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
All right, the 3 is going into the soup. The soup has more mushrooms than ever. That's unsubscribe. Now, I'm not going to move on to the next round because we're going into a challenge. When you go from day 1 into day 2, first, you're going to try and serve up these dishes to the denizens of Bistro Bay. Now, you do not have to do them all, but if you attempt one, you must put all the ingredients on the plate in some form, and that form can include soup, which is wild. And you can serve, unlike the critic who only wants 1, or in this case 2, you can serve as many things on those plates as you want. So you could, for this last one, the ultimate melt, just make it all fish, just tons of fish. And what you're trying to do, no matter what you throw in there, is you're trying to get to the values of quality 6, 12, or 21 to get stars. That's how you get points in this game, and the most stars will win. So if you can get 21, say you throw a 7 bread and you spice it to get it to 14, and you throw a 7 fish, you get that 21. That's going to be 4 stars. That's the best melt anyone's ever eaten without cheese. So they're going to be planning right now on their challenge plates, trying to decide if they're going to join challenge 1, 2, or 3, or all of them. And there isn't a competition between them. Peter can serve a 21 on that melt, and Alex can also serve a 21 on that melt. It's open.
Peter, if you want to come zoom in on my area here, I've got a quandary that speaks to what you were talking about earlier, where I can only save 5 ingredients. So if I want to save all my 7s, I'm going to have to throw out these carrots because no one wants carrots today. It's very sad. Yeah. So there is a case to be made to use some of these 7s and hope I get them later. I haven't decided what I'm doing. I just thought you'd appreciate
that's definitely a tough choice. You've got to decide what you want. Now, that choice can be dictated sometimes by, hey, you're really close from going from that 6 to the 12. and you realize that the 7's going to do it, that's a pretty good extra star. So I'm glad someone might be doing that.
I didn't get any mushroom or meat today.
And you were sitting there right at the mushroom too.
I had the option. I decided not to.
You know, it looks like Alex is not going to be competing today for comfort food. But that is up to the players to decide. Now, I do see that a lot of people
hungry now, by the way, because I'm like stopping.
I do see a lot of people trying to decide the value of challenges versus critic meal. And I do believe that this game is very balanced between the two, but I don't think you could ignore one completely. So if someone says, I'm just going to play the critic meal, I think the challenge, the person who's at least getting some challenges and will take you down. So I think you got to play both. But how much you play both, that is up for you to discover.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so let's go over Savory Stack. Now, when everyone's used to the game, everyone can just turn in all their stuff at the same time, get your stars, everything like that. But we'll walk it through because we've got Alex here serving a big pile of ingredients. Let's see what we got.
It's a fun little presentation mode, I think. It's a presentation moment.
Yeah, I would give that a 0 for presentation.
Hopefully my math is right here. I've got 10
Jamie Oliver, right?
10 for meat. Yeah, Jamie Oliver. 10 for meat, 8 for mushroom. So it's 18 plus bisque taking the place of the cheese.
So that's 4 stars. Martin in the chat asks, what should he have for breakfast? The answer is obviously mushroom soup. Just
obviously
soup with mushroom, wine, fish, and
4 stars for that.
4 stars.
There's nothing better than an English
breakfast. By the way, are going over here public information. Your restaurant's reputation is always known. So you did not serve comfort food. Let's go over your ultimate melt before we get on to Peter's meals here.
Okay, and then my ultimate melt. Hopefully the math checks out for this one too. I've got 15 point fish, and then 6 to get it to 20 for bread, and then 1 soup to take it to 21.
Very nice.
This soup is, like normally you could throw in a soup as if it is an ingredient. Here, you already had fish and bread. The soup is just extra. It's just
It's just to pop that value up over the 21 limit.
It's a little soup on the side.
It was cheese.
Little cup.
All right.
Little cup.
Nicely done. That's 2.
That's 8 stars.
That's 8 stars for your challenges.
I think we can agree 8 stars is the exactly correct number to get in the challenges.
You still get your physical metal stars out and just
yeah, I should grab them. Okay.
Now, all the organic ingredients are out of the game. All the other ingredients go back in the bag. So they will be used. They could come back up in other rounds. Let's see what Peter did. Peter served all 3 challenges as if he was playing a restaurateur that wanted to do that.
Rosie, any notes on my presentation? Just while we're...
I think there's some symmetry, but it's gone a bit awry in places. I need a smear of a nondescript sauce.
Yeah.
I don't know about the savory stack. It's only cheese and soup. I don't know how that's a stack of anything.
It's
the stack is made of cheese, and then I just filled it with soup. Now, at a glance, that might look like I only got 10, but my restaurateur power, Ramsay, is that my 2s are 4s, so that is exactly 12 right there.
That is exactly 12 for 2 stars for the stack. That's not quite a stack or savory. Comfort food looks
it's
like
vegetarian comfort food.
Everything, yeah. There's no meat in there, but it's still comforting because you've got a very, very nice glass of wine.
And again, my 2 is going to serve as a 4 here, so that's 10 from these plus 8 plus 3 is a nice round 21.
21 on comfort food.
It's beautiful. If you were ice skating, I'd be holding up a 10. Like,
and then once more, these 2s are 4s, so that's 8. No. 2 plus 2 is crap. I did my math wrong. That's 50. Yeah, I didn't need to use this soup. I'm going to take my soup back.
Right.
You can't take soup back. It's 15. Already been served.
15 is above the 12, so you don't get any extra credit for that, but you do get 2 stars for a pretty decent melt.
Kitty is sitting down with a pasta bowl. I do love dinner and a show.
All right, we're gonna move on to round 4 right now.
If I'd thought to spice that fish, that would have been another 21. I did my math wrong because of my Goat and Ramsay power. I was too busy. I was too focused on presentation and not enough on quality.
Yeah.
Every time.
As an ex-cake decorator, I get it.
We're gonna put these back in there. The bisque goes away.
So if you lose by how many points?
2 stars. I could have had 2 more stars, but I do get to keep. I keep the spice and I keep the soup, so maybe I'll be able to make use of them later.
We're in round 4. It's the beginning of day 2.
First, make sure that Alex, you've only got 5 things in your refrigerator.
You do have to make sure that you only have 5 things in each refrigerator. And spice, though, can be sitting outside because the pig does not care.
And I'm going to throw out this carrot because I didn't use it, so it's back in the bag.
We can all confirm Alex is good.
Hey.
Has a little spice for your wine at the Garden Top Shop and a nice cup of coffee if you are so inclined. We'll call that cheese. I'm not sure if you can call that cheese. And then
I can do wonders with it.
And it's a very, very nice mushroom today. And then the Chef Academy has a little bit of meat and fish, and our zoo chef is Donna the donkey. So if you're
is this where I yell at her and call her a donkey?
That's correct. Look at that art. Sandara made a very cute donkey.
Just from that art, you know she carries 3.
She carries 3, and her power is for each item Donna picked up, you gain a soup. So if you do get your full pick, you're also getting a whole bunch of soup in that bag.
Now, Alex, I'm worried about you getting overwhelmed this round, so I'll just take your zoo chef off your hands, and I'll do that for you. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. All right, that seems fair.
Let's see what they do here. Alex is operating with a lot of information, knows 2 of these rumors, plus another rumor that we haven't as an audience seen. So maybe I'm going to peek at Alex's rumor.
I have the tie break.
Peter, don't you look at the screen right now?
I'm not looking.
Ooh, interesting.
Very interesting.
I miss having a zoo chef.
Aren't they great?
They're so good.
I'm so thrilled that this game released with 38 zoo chefs for all the Kickstarter backers, and a pretty decent amount in the base game and expansion if you go find that. So it's 12 and 24 for the ones that are out there, and so many fun ones. I mean, we played a game with I think it was like 12 because we had the zoo chef cart, and there was still like, oh, and there's this one and there's this one. So lots of fun.
Zoo 2, the zoo chef cart.
Some serious thinking going down here.
Yeah, they're trying to win.
I know.
I mean, Alex has a really nice house, and I would just like to win it. That's all.
Here we go. Do we have any?
I
love how we do have people saying "you donkey" when came up.
We did go through all of the Gordon Ramsay insults to see which one was in any way safe.
Okay, Alex, I think you might have me here. Talk me through it.
Yeah. Okay. So my stripes power is I get to pick all of my items before another chef of the same carrying capacity. I knew I was going to be happy with 3 items at the soup truck, even if it didn't have that power. But with that power, I'm hoping that maybe Peterson has 3 there. I'm guessing he didn't, but I still feel like I'm happy with that transaction. So I sent my 1 to the desert vendor. This is purely I'm trying to deny Peter information this game. So this is me sniping that wild rumor. Then I'll know everything. Rumor. He will know nothing. If he does go there, he's welcome to have that mushroom. Garden Top Shop for my lizard.
Okay.
This is sort of a gamble. I don't know what he's going to send here. If he sends another lizard, he's got me on the tie break, but he'll probably try and go for the coffee and then push somewhere else. And if he doesn't, then I'll probably take the coffee and go, but it just depends on how that split happens. And then I sent my boar to the Midnight Merchant, just on the off chance he didn't go there. I figured I wanted to send someone to the Chef Academy, but I'm kind of gambling on maybe my lizard being able to coffee their way there.
Nice. Such a game on the board.
So happy with this round. This is amazing. Okay, so I sent my one to the Garden Top Shop. And the thinking there was that I'd be happy with that wine, but I didn't send him to the Chef Academy. So if he'd sent his one there, I could have gone down and sniped it with the coffee. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but that not having to store wine spice is really valuable in this game. Like with the pig, wine space not taking up fridge space is amazing. So I even now I don't know what I'm going to do there. I sent my 2 to the Midnight Merchant, which could not have played better.
The worst time.
Wizard, the board gets 1 or a consolation. Ooh.
And because I had the tie break and because Alex had stripes, I avoided the soup truck and sent my 3 to the desert vendor. So I will get everything that he doesn't take there. Very happy with that play. That was nice.
Town. Stripes goes first with 3 things.
Yes. I will take a wine, a mushroom, and a bisque.
Very nicely done. All right, there is a fast blue mouse here going first, and with a tough decision to make as we've talked it through.
If I don't take the coffee, Alex gets that Zoo Chef. And I think I got to take it from him. I think I got to, yeah. Especially Donna is so good with a full soup truck, so like that is a must-have. I think it ties me on coffee, which I don't like. It gets him a wine spice, which I don't like. It makes Alex happy, which I don't like. But
does it tie you on coffee? You're still 1 behind, I think.
No, he didn't take it last round.
Oh,
so yep, I'll take the wine and the 5.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick.
Wine spice, which I'll leave out.
But it stops you from getting a pick and then a coffee, which gets you another 2 picks. So I think that was the right choice.
Yeah. All right. So I will.
We're going to know everything.
I'll do what I said, and I'll take that.
Let's go check this rumor out immediately.
Look away, Peter.
Don't look, Peter.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking about my next turn. Because Alex knows all 4 rumors now, we can just play them face up, right? That's how it works. Are we all good?
I asked the chat if they're at this point Team Peter or Team Alex or Team Rosie, just here for the puns. And they're all here for me. So
I feel like you shouldn't have put that option in, Rosie. I feel like okay, well, I will take everything else quite happily because one of the reasons I wanted this was because mushroom is definitely on the challenges today, so there is no chance of this being a wasted organic pick.
This Midnight Merchant is going to break my heart into 1,000 tiny pieces.
Oh, I really hope so.
Oh, here we go. The first thing served up at the Midnight Merchant today is a pretty run-of-the-mill cheese, followed by 2-buck chuck and a decent cut of meat.
So that 2 wine is a 4 wine for me, but it's only a 2 wine for Alex, so I'm going to leave it for him.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm actually going to leave the wine and take a soup. I'm going to take a consolation soup. Yeah, it's more flexible, and I already have wine.
It's actually my favorite location because of the weird little like thing in the corner of the artwork. There's a little like root vegetable dude.
Oh, this.
He's a Cardboard Alchemy potion. I somehow have never noticed that before.
Yeah, it's a Cardboard Alchemy potion served up at the Merchant every time.
That's very fun.
And a little creature, a root creature in the left. Yeah.
I am indeed going to take Donna the Donkey. This is so valuable at this point. This is This is going to win the game for me. You watch.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot at the soup truck. Okay, we are going into round 5. There is a new thirst from the citizens of Bistro Bay, and that is for street eats, meat, carrot, and wine.
We presented Sandara with like these ingredients were locked in well before the art, so we were like, here are the ingredients, make something delicious, and she just did this incredible job of like, you know, if I said, hey, make something with carrot, meat, and wine and call it street eats, like that's a challenge, and I think she just absolutely nailed every piece of food art in this game. To the challenge for the challenge cards, even when the audience on Kickstarter said, can you do another set of 7, even though they're completely not needed. It's like, okay.
People just want to see more of her food. Like
I know, it's so good. Now this, I don't know if everyone saw how tough the Garden Top Shop came out for Alex.
That's rough, yeah.
But when you have a rumor, you cannot take the rumor. So that is a little bit brutal.
I didn't want to say that before you picked it, Alex, but now that you've taken this, I have free range of rumors for the rest of the game.
It's true. I mean, I was just gambling on the odds, right? If they don't come out, they don't come out. We had 3 rounds left, so
yeah.
The Zoo Chef for today, which would mean for next round, is Chrissy the chipmunk, where you want to be alone because then you can stuff more things in your mouth with no one looking. It's a one. You can grab one thing, but possibly you could grab 3 things if you could.
I think this was the first sous chef, Alex. Am I remembering that right?
possibly.
Yeah. We knew straight away that we wanted a chipmunk and that she could keep 3 things instead of 1.
Yeah, that's really cute.
There's also a nice little story where, like, if people are around, she's like, I'm just going to carry it in my hands like every other sous chef. And if no one's around, she's like, boop, boop.
Yep.
Because it's gross.
Well, I mean, that's why she wouldn't do it while you're around, Rosie. Just don't go to her restaurant is my advice.
I mean, the amount of fur and scales in any of these kitchens would not pass health inspection.
And yeah, I would totally eat at Ratatouille's restaurant after the end of the movie. He washes his hands.
I do believe that Grant Lyon covered that on one during the Potion Con. Was basically saying, "How is this sanitary?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it was
the
also
place-
discussing who would show up for their shift.
The place you don't want to go is the reverse Ratatouille restaurant, where there's a guy who's just got a little mouse on a puppet cooking the food.
That's one big hat that mouse is wearing.
Blue Restaurant getting ready here. Preparing. This is the OG art from Sindara, the first restaurant kitchen that she drew with the chefs working together. And we've got 7 of these restaurants, plus a solo board too, because she did get the solo restaurant.
Don't flip yet. I got to decide if this is what I want. To answer Impium's question, in a higher player count, not only do you add more locations, but as it gets higher. Oh, sorry.
You're wrong.
Exploding outside my house.
If you get arrested, I win by default.
Yeah, the stakes got really high. If you're playing with more players, not only are there more locations, but the subsequent locations have more items. So in a 4-player, the 4th item has 4 things. In a 5-player, the 5th location has 5 items. So it really does like grow out to even it up.
And then at 6 and 7, you don't actually send all your chefs out, so it means that it's still balanced. So.
Right.
Okay, sorry, I answered the question instead of really contemplating. This is.
You get a star for being a designer. Being helpful.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it.
All right, you go first. I have no confidence here.
If someone switches their cards at the last minute, that's always a disaster, right?
That's
not going to go at all like you think.
I had such an advantage that I want to press it. So I did a huge gamble here, and I sent Donna to the Garden Top Shop. The Garden Top Shop has nothing that Alex wants. Yes.
No.
When Donna takes 3 things, I will get 3 soup. And if the 3rd one is a coffee, she'll go to another location and I will get another 3 soup. So I was entirely relying on Alex not sending a 2 or a 1 to the Garden Top Shop, which I was fairly sure he wouldn't. And based on expression, unless this is the bluff of a lifetime, I'm very, that was a huge game. Hey. So I wanted to give myself room to go over to the Chef Academy, which is where I'm most likely to get 3 more things. So I sent my other guys elsewhere. I sent my 2 to the soup truck, thinking he would send his 3 to try to break the tie because I've got the tie break right now. I sent my 1 to the Midnight Merchant because, frankly, I got a lot of stuff, so I just want the best at this point. And I sent my 3 to the Desert Vendor just because there was nowhere else to send it at that point.
I think this turn might have been the body blow that put me down. That's
Oh, we should have warned you, Alex. Dyeing your hair actually bleaches the brain cells out of you.
So I put my 1 at the Midnight Merchant, but I think you're going to have the tie break going into it because I'm not going to break it elsewhere. I did send my 3 to the soup truck, so you can get all the best stuff before I go. And I sent my 2 to the Chef Academy.
Oh, so that one will hurt me a little bit in that there won't be as much stuff there for Donna to get. Boo-hoo, poor me.
Yeah. Her power with the extra soup plus the coffee and then getting to do it again. My God.
That's why I needed to stop and be like, do I want to do this? Is this the gamble that I want to take?
these are the combos that happen in this game, right? Like that has to exactly line up, and you have to have. I mean, this is the texture of the board that you're reading, and that's just a fun play right there.
Yeah, that's only possible with Donna and Garden Top Shop, and in this case, because those two rumors were out. If anything else had been there, I wouldn't have been worth it. But because Alex couldn't take those rumors, a lot of stuff lined up for that play. Okay, I'm going to probably take this 6 meat. That'll shock you. And then...
there should be a bisque here.
I was going to say, I think I just want the bisque at that point, because these are 4s for me, but the bisque's flexibility is too good to pass up on.
The bisques.
Bisques.
All right. Well, I'll take all the 3s here.
All right. There's still some fish in the soup.
I'm so happy with how that came out.
Yeah.
Here goes.
Okay. So I'm going to take this rumor. Because every player now has this rumor, we can actually flip it face up.
Yes, and I'm curious to discuss this one with you, because this was one that if you hadn't found this out, I think it could have actually been really interesting. So let's flip it over.
Unsophisticated. 1 star for each unspiced single ingredient course served, plus 1 star for whoever serves the most. That is interesting with the pig, especially.
With the pig in there, yeah, because if you weren't playing for this, and I could just send out a single ingredient course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thematically, the pig is saying, hey, I know I'm a pig, but that doesn't mean that I just want as much food as I can get. I am an unsophisticated pig. Just give me a nice, gentle serving of a meal. Now, because Donna took an item, which is anything that you can take from one of these places, I get a soup. And I'm just going to really deliberately rub that in every single time.
Yeah, I was about to say, you could just wait till the end and get 3 soup.
Okay, I'm going to take this 2 fish, which is a 4 fish for me. And because Donna's power, and I took an item, I'm actually going to take a soup.
Wow.
And then, you know what Donna likes? She likes a cup of coffee. Now, I don't know if you know this, but coffee is technically an item. So when she takes that, I also get a soup, and I get to go to a new location. Hey, where's all the soup gone?
Yeah, the soup's gone. I don't know what could happen to it.
What?
There you go.
Thank you.
By the
Take
way,
your
these are all wood tokens in the deluxe too. Oh my god. Soup.
That always reminds me of the sister in Encanto. I'm the strong one.
Yeah, that's true.
And she is just doing way too much work.
we should talk about this rumor. Normally, everything that is left the location that's not in a cart goes down to the soup truck. Rumors do not. If you didn't hear it in that moment, it floats away in the wind and it's never to be seen again. So that actually exits the entire game.
It does.
Also, going forward, because this rumor is flipped face up, any exclamation point rumors that come out are just going to go away and be replaced.
That is something that I think people could miss. There was a thread on Facebook about what are the easy things to miss. That's one I would probably think people would miss, which is if everybody knows that rumor, you pull a different item out of the bag. So
yeah. And that's any time you would pull it. So a special ability that lets you pull items, a card that lets you pull items. Anytime you pull a face-up rumor, it goes away and you draw again. Okay. Oh, man, did I really clean up the vendors? It's a good round for me.
It was a pretty good round for you.
I will take that bread spice, even though.
So, Peter, what should we bet in our 5th game?
And then people want carrots and meat, but I'm overflowing with both, so I will take.
Classic here. Unsophisticated. I can't even do it. It's a word pun.
Unsophisticated. I'm going to take that meat, and then this one will slide on down to the desert vendor.
Okay, so we have a midnight merchant with 2 mice, and there is 3 fish. Not exactly the best. Oof. And another bad box of wine. Oh, the midnight merchant's out of good stuff today.
Well, I'm going to unfortunately break my tie to take a 2 wine.
I'm happy with that.
That's pretty depressing.
Wine.
Yeah, for me, it's a 4 wine at least.
Yeah, and I'll take the fish because we know that's in the challenges today.
All right. Now we have a red lizard who can take 2 things before.
Yes, so I'll definitely be taking Chrissy and 6 fish.
Okay, now there's 3 things left, and my special power with Donna is that every item I take, I actually get a soup. So,
really?
Yeah. Gibbon says, "Did you know?" So I'm going to take these 3. I won't take them one at a time. I'll spare Alex the humiliation, and I'll take 3 soup.
It did indeed scrape the bottom.
I love it because there's barrels.
Peter, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Does the critic like soup?
Absolutely not. However, the critic will. So the critic is not going to just stand for soup, substitute it in for a meat. They're smarter than that, but they will take a to-go cup of the biggest soup. So whoever does have the most soup does win a star. But you can't use it in any of the plate. Now, for our last part of day 3, we have tasty tapas, carrots, mushrooms, and hold the bread. What do we need? That bread, extra carbs.
The
So
chats are
then-
working out how to do this, and we've got unhog-fisticated and unhog-pigcated. Yes, it's getting there.
Unhog-fisticated.
By the end of this, we'll have a beautiful pig
Perfectly
bun.
good fun, yeah. The desert vendor has some crappy bread. They've heard that the tapas don't need it, and they've run out. And then they have organic carrots, which would be valuable today. Chef Academy has 2 more items: a rumor and another rumor. Alex, I'm so sorry, but you can't take those.
Yeah, and so this is especially bad for me because even if I went there with a worker, Peter could just ignore those and take the other ingredients first and know that he'd be able to get them both.
You would get a consolation soup.
The zoo chef that we have here is Hans the Mole. For some reason likes mushrooms. I don't know why. Draw 5 items.
Because moles ferret for mushrooms.
No, I know that. I know that. My thing is, why would
Maybe ferrets mole for mushrooms. You don't know.
why would
One thing that's worth doing as a player is looking at today's challenges and seeing what's missing. So I didn't do that last time. It hurt me a little bit. So, for example, no one wants bread and no one wants meat in any. Oh, sorry. No one wants bread only in the challenges today. Is that right?
Looks like you got there's no cheese.
No bread, no cheese in the challenges today.
So that means if you do have some good bread and cheese, they're only going to be useful for the pig at this point because the challengers aren't going to want them.
And again, talking about the math that we were saying earlier, I think the most you can miss is 2, or like in a very rare situation 3, but I think it's a maximum of 2 things that can be missing from the challenges in today.
Yep. But I think this particular tough challenge is good for the designer round, so we'll see what happens here with none of that bread or cheese mattering.
So no bread, no cheese. Oh, I have an organic cheese. Dang it!
Oof! You grabbed some organic cheese from earlier, which will
Oh my goodness, I have so much cheese.
not be served.
I think they got it. Unsophisticated.
Excellent work, everybody.
That is very good.
And they're talking about why you take off one of the ingredients on the 3rd challenge of each day.
So there were two. Actually, Alex, do you want to talk about it? There were 2 big reasons I remember.
Sorry, what was the question again? I was so focused on picking my locations. The ingredient cover?
Yeah.
On the 3rd day, on the 3rd challenge.
Yeah. So the main reason is in our testing, what we found is that if you go into it with only 1 round to shop for 3 potentially new, or 2 of them being new ingredients, it was just a lot. And if there's a scarcity of those ingredients, it can feel it can be difficult for players to be able to pull off those recipes. They just don't have enough soup or enough agency. So holding 1 just sort of simplifies that recipe a little bit.
The second reason is during development, the developer actually said, hey, let's try it without that rule. Because anytime you can cut a rule, you should cut a rule. And so we played a few games. I don't know if you remember, Alex. And
I was going to bring that up. We tried because we try it all the different ways, right?
Yeah, of course. And it was shocking what a difference it made. Like when it's 3-3-2, it really differentiates them in your mind. When it was 3-3-3, they suddenly became this like gray slurry. And I remember as the designer being so shocked at what a big difference this small change made, and like my ability to process what was happening.
This is a huge thing in design, which is that you could put something out on paper, and certainly 3-3-3 would look better on paper and the balance and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, surprise, a 3-3-2 is way more interesting. And what I love about it too is that trying to get a 21 is both simultaneously easier and harder because you have less things to worry about to get it that you have to cover, but you have more that you have to do. It's very fascinating.
Do you know what I worked out yesterday? Is that if we did a 3rd ingredient cover on the 2nd, then there would be 7 ingredients every day. Another 7. It wouldn't be worth it on
There'll be
any
some
other level.
cursing in Bistro Bay if you covered yet another ingredient.
Yeah.
Let's go down to the captain's cutlery where we.
Wait. I'm still.
Well, I know you're not prepared. I'm just sort of getting to this restaurant's ready to go, and we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
take a look
know.
at what's
What
in there.
is chat's like optimum street food vendor? Their cart. I want a jacket potato stand personally. That would be my dream. But what are people's like choice?
What is that? A jacket potato?
It's
I'd say
a
baked
loaded baked
potato with filling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure we've talked about jacket potatoes before.
A
For some
loaded
reason-
potato, you'd call them, I think, Alex.
Okay. Like sour cream chives.
Hmm.
all the well, you would be amazed that I Rosie and I were hanging out, and she's like, "Here's all the things you could put in a jacket potato," and one of the things that was suggested was tuna, and I was like, "No,
Tuna
no."
mayo. Yeah.
I was like, "No, this is," but it was actually really good. People were
Okay.
raving about it.
I have a great question for all 4 of us if we're okay, like just taking a 30-second departure from the game. What is the weirdest food combination that you eat and enjoy?
Oh, that's a great question.
That is a good one.
I'll go first while everyone's thinking, which is and Peter Vaughn, I've made you eat this. I remember at like New York Toy Fair in like 2017 or something. We went to like a Wendy's and dipping a French fry in the chocolate frosty. So it's the salty, crunchy French fry in ice cream.
I feel like I can cheat with my answer, which is Vegemite with toast.
That's completely normal.
Yeah, something that's weird for you.
That's a tricky one.
As someone that eats like the same thing every day, it seems completely normal to me. But I actually substitute bake Greek yogurt for mayonnaise all the time. So I actually have
interesting
soya thick yogurt with nearly all of my meals.
Interesting.
I eat what do you guys call them? Peppers. I eat capsicums like they're apples. Like they're just a snack I can bite into like an apple.
That is weird. Yeah. Because the seeds, like.
Well, apples also have seeds. I just
don't
don't eat
just
that
blow
part.
out a bit randomly suddenly, which is what I need.
maybe you're eating apples differently to me, Rosie.
So while the chat's going to come up with a bunch of their weirdest things, we're going to go over who's going to tell us why they're going, where they're going.
Alex, you want to talk through?
All right. So I don't know if this is considered a big gamble, but I sent Chrissy to the Garden Top shop because on the off chance Peter doesn't go there, that's great. I get 3 things, and then I can grab coffee with the last one and go somewhere else.
And potentially get another 3 things. Yeah.
But even if Peter does go there, I could potentially still grab the coffee and then make an informed decision about.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, that's really good.
That's fun.
My one I sent to the desert vendor. I really want to get that organic carrot today because carrots are useful in a few different dishes. So I think that's going to be valuable for me. I sent my 2 to the Midnight Merchant. That's kind of just a safety valve kind of one. Like if Peter sends his 2, then we'll trade off. If he sends his 1, I get 2 other things. If he sends his 3, then I get to take the best stuff. So, and then finally my 3 I sent to the soup truck. I just I want to just get some random stuff because I feel like I don't have all the bits I need to make the recipes I want to make right now.
Got it.
Okay, I'm pretty happy with my plays. So my 1 went to the Midnight Merchant. Same reasons before. I'm just like after specific things at this point to fill some holes in my critic meal. My 2 went to the Garden Top shop. I wasn't even thinking about Chrissy, but look at that. Like I'd be happy with any 2 of those. And in a 2-player game with carts, if you send a 2 somewhere, you're guaranteed to get 2 things. It's a nice like feature that only exists in the 2-player game with carts. And then lastly, I sent my 3 to the Chef Academy. And this was because, unfortunately, Alex, this stops your Chrissy plan because now you cannot go to the Chef Academy and get 3. But I knew Alex wasn't going to be eating up these and, enough stuff will flow down that I'll get a bunch of stuff. So
no, I don't think it necessarily does, right? Because there's going to be stuff that comes there. Oh, you mean because you won't be alone? Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Chrissy will not be.
So this worked out nicely. My favorite thing here is that Alex sent his 1 somewhere that no one else went. That's such a beautiful moment in a 2-player game.
If I had just sent Chrissy there, it would have all been so
right.
much
You would have cleaned up.
Yeah.
Literally, if these 2 had swapped, it would be perfect.
Yeah, that would be a great time for you.
All right. Well, let's resolve it. So
The
I'll take a
boar
bisque.
takes 3 things.
I'll take
People want
a
all of those 2s today, so they're all pretty good.
fish and a soup.
Okay. And we've got the garden top shop.
So the question is, do you want to spend your Chrissy to get the coffee to come down and get the chef, or do you just want to get something else?
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? Because so you have 2 coffee now. So if coffee ties, do we both? I guess it is a push,
we can
right?
start.
So so right now that's giving up a star essentially. It's like basically just throwing a 7 in the trash can if I take that coffee right now.
But
Maybe
it
a
also
coffee-
stops me from beginning to take something and come down to the desert.
Oh, very true, very true. Okay,
But at that point,
You
I'm going to be so far ahead on
you've-
stars.
You've
It's
sold
really
me on it. I'm taking the coffee.
okay.
Chrissy de Hans. Yeah.
I never want to play Monopoly with you, Peter. You'd be like, you want to sell it. We're not even doing auctions in this game, but I'll do this especially for you.
I think I want everything that's. Oh, I do want carrots. I want everything. Can I just take all 3? Is that okay with you guys?
I don't think so.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to clean up with my boar
anyway, right? So
Rosie, my girlfriend, just got Civilization 7 and she's long distance. So I was like, if I got Civ 7, could we play? She's like, in no world do I want to play that kind of game with you. Like she knows that I would play to win. And I'm like, yeah, of course, it's a game. She's like, no.
Right. Let me take that fancy carrot.
all of these items.
All the food combos are also mostly fine by me. There's a lot of avocado, like,
a
don't
4
you come near
bread
me.
and the 2 mushrooms. Wah wah.
I think I actually want that. No one wants bread today, do they? So I'll probably end up taking that.
This is the gluten-free game where no one wants bread.
Yeah. I have a lot of people. Oh, and that's the thing, because there's 7 cards with 3 ingredients each and 7 ingredients. Each ingredient appears 3 times. So if you see all 3 come out on the first day, that's it. That's the last time you'll ever see those in challenges.
That is true.
And how did you work out the order of the ingredients? Like on
so the trick was that the same one had to appear in each last slot for the math to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the others were just assigned.
There is only one card where the fish is in this spot, and there's
Okay.
one card where the fish is in the middle spot, and there's one card where the fish is in the left spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we just tried to make fun meals. So
Yeah, it was definitely one of those situations where the mechanical decision was so clean with the math that we had to lock it in there, and then we're just sort of trying to like retroactively be like, well, what food dish has these 3 things in it? So I think we did a really good job of tying it all together, especially with Sandara's art. She managed to take things like I don't know, carrots and mushrooms and bread and make something that actually
really
looks
fun
pretty
thing,
good,
yeah.
you know?
Alex, what would Chrissy like from the chef? Oh wait, did we do the? We did the midnight merchant, yeah.
Yes. So I will indeed be taking Hans. And now you know everything.
I do.
Just the
Well, I could
worst.
choose not to take them. I don't
Well,
have to take them.
almost everything, Jamie Oliver.
Oh yeah.
Almost.
The question is though, do I want these ingredients more than I want to know the rumors? I probably don't want to know the rumors. Let's be honest.
what fan are there is already an unboxing of the deluxe out. So there is an unboxing video of the standard and the expansion and fitting everything in, and there is an unboxing of the deluxe. So you've got it. You've got everything. Everything has been unboxed apart from the puzzle.
I need this fish. You know what I could do?
Please
If I
unbox
didn't
the
take
puzzle
these
and put it all
rumors,
back together.
if I take these rumors, they go face up and any rumors go away. If I don't take them, then Alex is still slightly disadvantaged in that final round when a location fills up with rumors.
Yes, that had occurred to me.
So I think I might not take either of these rumors. This is why my girlfriend doesn't want to play Civilization with me.
Whoops. Okay.
I don't think a puzzle unboxing would be that satisfying.
Okay, so before we go into round 7, which is the final day when the pig arrives, we have another challenge. You're serving up wine and dine, street eats, and or tasty tapas, trying to get a 6, 12, or 21. And you've learned as a restaurant to get a bigger fridge so you can hold 10 things going into the final day. And let's take a look at these kitchens. The red kitchen's a mess back there, but they're trying to decide if they are serving the wine and dine. It's got some mushrooms over here, some use of carrots in the other one. Actually, mushrooms over in the back end too. So there's 2 challenges that take mushrooms and carrots. And let's turn it over to the blue kitchen, which also looks like a disaster, but is working hard to put all of their challenges together. Now,
Whilst they're doing that, I can give you some weird food combos.
Please do, yes.
there you go.
Okay, so we have butter and golden syrup sandwiches.
Oh, no. Denied, rejected, no.
How about dipping Mackie Nugs in a McFlurry?
Oh, that I've seen that one. That one is still.
I would do that. Yeah.
It's not far off your chips and
No, the meat being in it is a little bit interesting, but I guess McDonald's nugget meat is kind of a gray area anyway.
Yeah.
Even Tesco's British and jacket potatoes are like Brits and sandwiches. We put anything on it. That is very true. We will also put tuna mayo on a lot of things. Like we'll go, yeah, tuna.
I think my son would be down for that.
Oh, a bread butter sliced radish sandwiches. Okay, sandwiches are really going somewhere. This is fairy bread. I do know about fairy bread.
You sound like a stockbroker. You're like, sandwiches, they're really going somewhere. Invest now.
That's a game. Fairy bread,
food
I've
investment.
seen it. I've seen fairy bread.
Oh yeah, fairy bread's very common in Australia. I don't even think of that as weird.
I actually don't. As a cake decorator, bread isn't that far from cake, so I think it's fair. Especially for brioche.
I have such a conundrum with ketchup. I will tell you why. Because in Chicago, ketchup is like forbidden on hot dogs. You don't do it. You just don't. So when I grew up, it was like you don't put ketchup on anything. I do like it still on fries, so I will still go for that. But I feel like almost my Chicago background says I can't have it.
You got to have the fried onions, the mustard, the ketchup. But you could have brown sauce, I guess. Ketchup on everything. I had ketchup sandwiches as a kid, so yeah.
Look at this, big meals being made here.
Yeah, this is they're trying to.
Now this is one of those moments in the game while you can store 7 things. You generally don't have a problem with that storage. So what you're trying to decide
10 things. 10 things.
10 things. So what you're trying to decide is in that last day, if I give up, say, my only fish, my only, bread, or my only, carrots, am I going to be able to get that back? That's one of the things you're trying to.
Yeah, and Alex has a slight advantage there in that he still has his he has a zoo chef, so he gets 2 more picks than me, plus whatever that mole ferrets out.
The mole only takes mushrooms, though.
What was I going to say? No, it's gone. It's gone.
This is also the last round that Goat and Ramsey will be relevant. After that, cannot help the pig. So that's going to weigh into potentially some 2 usage on these plates.
All right.
It's like I'm doing like an anime like movie. Gordon Ramsay is saying something to the pig.
It looks like one of those like the old JRPGs where like when someone's talking, it's like a nice version of them.
And the other thing that's I guess that could affect that refrigeration limit and whatnot is that while spices aren't held back there, you can serve 2 things to the pig. So that does mean you're going to want to save more items. It could actually mean refrigeration is a difficult decision.
Okay, Alex.
Alex is ready to serve up. Actually, you should put him over these 3 ingredients if you don't mind.
And yet your presentation still isn't there, I'm afraid. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
No street eats, but we've got a wine and dine. Let's go over that, and then a tasting.
Yes. So not as good for me this time. I have 12 here, so it's 2 stars for the wine and dine.
2 stars.
And then I have
a lot more mushrooms were put into the tasty tapas, I have to say.
And a lot of mushrooms and carrots, and then some bisque just for flavor to get 21. So that is going to be 6 stars for me total.
6 stars. Your restaurant's going a little downhill, but very nice.
So rude.
Say how you really feel,
Can't go
Peter. Don't hold
downhill.
back.
It's just that
It's on a boat.
It's going downriver.
don't need the plates anymore, and we're gonna put all these ingredients back in the bag. They could show up again. Let's see.
The plate looks a mess, but it's delicious. 3 out of 5, Ramsey. So you're getting some actual quotes from
There are
Gordon.
so many soups over there for tapas.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but I had this turn where I got a lot of soup.
Oh, was it because of Donna?
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if I mentioned it, so I'm glad
No,
that
I think you missed it a few times. Yeah.
Okay, so my 2s are 4s. So this is 5 4s, which is 20, plus 1 is 21. 4 stars there.
Very nice.
15 in my 5s plus 6 is another 21. 4 stars there. And then my organic.
Wow.
What even is this? Organic carrot, organic mushroom, a nice carrot, and then all the soup in the world to bring me up a third 21. That is a 12-star round.
Wow. 12 stars.
Disgusting.
I got 8 the first time that I never actually collected, so I'm going to grab those now.
The question is whether or not you had to empty out your entire refrigerator to do that. There is some soup over there, so probably has a couple things left.
My useless organic cheese goes away, and then I have to discard 1 other cheese as well.
Has to discard, so still managed to keep a pretty full refrigerator. And then the Red Restaurant has their basically has gotten their refrigerator set. So we're going to move on to round 7. Now, in round 7, we don't have a sous chef because the sous chefs have all gone home, but they've left a present in the Chef Academy, which is an allspice. We haven't seen an allspice come out this round, so this one's particularly important. It's the first one we've seen. It is any spice in the game. Now, the challenge cards aren't needed. I'll leave them right there for right now. We're going to get out ingredients for day. Why did that do that? Well, for day 3.
Ooh, 7 meat.
This is your last chance to get an item for that critic. What it does mean is that an organic item does come out, not used in a challenge at all, but could be used in that final plating. This is your Hail Mary type round where you're trying to get last minute stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
You
interesting.
really need to pull some good numbers, Peter.
I don't think there's a lot of good ingredients out there. So I think most people will be only filling in a hole if you don't have something.
Did we talk about
This is a rough
Hans's power?
Which one?
Yeah. So Hans is a size 2, and after he makes his final pick, I will draw 5 random items from the token bag and keep all the mushrooms. He's going to go ferret out some mushrooms.
Hans,
This is an example of what I was talking about. If one of those items was exclamation point, it wouldn't count. You would discard that and draw another one to replace it to get up to your 5.
Hans is the cutest character. I have no idea what their motivations. I don't understand them, but they're cute. I do like Hans a lot.
I'm a big fan of how no rumors came out this round.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
So Peter does not know what we've been whispering about with the pig and the question mark and the pig and the dot.
That's not great for me.
Meanwhile, the score going into day 3 is the Red Restaurant Captain's Cutlery has 14 stars, and the Bluebeard has 20 stars.
Wow.
We're both tied right now for losing a star from drinking too much coffee as well.
So it would have to be a really good cup of coffee or circumstance for someone to take that last coffee.
I just want to make sure that I played this right going into the end. For unsophisticated, we're saying that if you serve the pig 2 ingredients, that would cancel out unsophisticated, right?
Correct. Single ingredient course with no spice.
Yep.
Or as Chat has decided, is unsow pig style.
Yeah.
I feel like we got there and then we kept going.
It kept going, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the joy of creating things, is that you take it too far and then you rein it in.
Where do I want to send? Maybe I'll do that.
Midnight Merchant, good Hail Mary, but you've got the Chef Academy with an allspice and a 6 carat. And the pig can
Also,
eat.
Alex has the tie break going in, which is very key.
Yes. If I had the tie break going in, of course, then you don't want to, you want to send like mouse, lizard, boar. You kind of want to do the order that will make sure you get your good pick. And if you're in the back, sometimes you would want to disrupt that. We'll see what happens with these two executive chefs. Now, Alex gets to put 4 characters because that Hans the Mole, whether the power does anything, does still get to grab 2 things, which could help
It's
Alex.
so yeah.
Get back
It's
into-
messing up all my decisions.
Which is your favorite kitchen art? I know everyone has their favorites, but like,
Ooh, I think pink. Maybe pink is just so
I was
cool.
going to say pink is amazing, and I'm not just saying that.
Th-
for-
they're-
Which one
they're
is
all
the-
very good.
The airship is yellow, right? I really like
Yeah.
the airships.
Yeah,
on
The
the setup.
airships just left of your board if you want to have a look. Like the inside of the kitchen.
Oh, inside. Yeah, that's a tough one. The green one I think is nice because there's just so much like it just feels so like you're in a greenhouse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's really lovely.
I think
So the two expansion ones are exceptional. Like they're all
Uh-huh.
great, but
We don't have them all in the mod, otherwise I would put them up. So
yeah.
the red is my favorite because of the movement that she managed to get, like feeling like it was on a ship. I just feel like the way that the water over there, like I just think there's so much movement in it.
Plus,
And
I
the
mean,
big
you're having
moustache, too.
you're having dim sum. I mean, come on.
It's beautiful.
The other one for food wise that I really like is orange because the mouse is like at this spice counter. It's like tons of stuff to throw in. So good.
I'm still deciding. Don't flip yet. I gotta overthink this.
pressure.
Really.
Yeah, it's
You
the last
could
round.
underthink it if you want. I don't know.
Quick, Alex, distract him with facts about animals and critters in general. The deep sea anglerfish, only the females are the big pointy ones. The men are tiny.
Oh yeah, they're little parasites. It's very effective.
It's great, yeah.
You've distracted me effectively.
We have
Okay.
when they mate, they get absorbed into the females.
Yeah.
Right? You know, it's a one-way street.
No,
my favorite
I
animal.
changed my mind. This tie break is messing me up.
The name of the red restaurant is the Captain's Cutlery, which is
No,
Yeah,
okay, I'm good. I'm sticking with this. I'm doing it.
You can you can Princess Bride yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Alex, final round. Do you want me to talk through, or do you want to do it?
I'll go first. So,
as you
Okay.
wish.
all right, I sent Hans to the garden top shop.
Thought you did. I was like 90% sure you would.
I don't want to say why I did it because it'll there's certain things that I need to not reveal until after Peter's made some decisions. The coffee does change up some of our ability to reveal why we changed certain things. I sent my one to the Chef Academy. I really want those carrots, and I'm a little bit less concerned with spice. I sent my 2 to the Midnight Merchant just to gamble on some things I need that weren't otherwise represented, and I actually sent my board to the soup truck.
Okay, this could have gone much worse. I foolishly sent my 1 to the Desert Vendor, so the flip of last time. And the thinking was just that 8 bread, like
Sure,
it's a lot of bread. My 2 went to the Garden Top Shop, and this is what I kept going back and forth on because, yeah, it really depends on what you take, what I take, what you take, what I take, etc., etc. And then I sent my 3 to the Chef Academy because of reasons that I can't disclose.
Wow. It's playing a tough game. I can't even talk about it because it would reveal something during this last round.
Yeah.
So if anyone ever thinks that round 7 is a throwaway, it is not.
Oh, no.
It's the most stressful.
it is the most stressful. It's the most. Oh, I've made a mistake.
Because you're like, earlier on in the game, you're going, I don't need to pick that up now. I'm fine. And then into the game, you're going, I never found a carrot.
Peter, this might be a good time to talk through what the chef critic looks like, or do you want to do that when we get there?
I think because you're both. Yeah, we'll just get to how that goes. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to take the wine, the fish, and a bisque.
Yeah.
The only reason why you take bisque in day 7 is that you're trying to win the. There could be a rumor related, or there could be you're trying to win the best soup.
There's a pretty good chance that's just going to get you the best soup. So that bisque is essentially a star in the last round, which is
what occurred to me actually, based on the decisions I'm going to make because of unsophisticated. I'm actually going to leave these 2 and just take 2 more soup.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh yeah, because if they get in the way of your single course meals, then you've just lost some stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to break your tie at the Garden Top shop. What are you going to take?
Now this is fascinating.
Yeah.
So now, if I let you take the coffee, you're going to Midnight Merchant, and you will have the tie break there.
Correct. Which I'm okay with, just so you know.
Yeah.
If you need me to accept that,
Gosh, that is.
So we got to look at this kitchen and see what if Alex needs to take the 7 meat.
For a home game, what would you say is the average duration for a 2-player game? Alex and I have gotten to the point where we can get through when we're not stopping and explaining and like etc. Probably 25 minutes. Like it really you can get super zippy.
I'd say the only point when it slows down is when you're doing the challenge plates, because that's when you're kind of mathing stuff out.
I would say that the thinking it out with average would kick 2-player up to 40. You know.
Yeah. Sorry, that's not a representative example.
Yeah, no.
Alex and I can do it this fast.
Alex and I are working on this big, beautiful 3-hour Euro at the moment, and it is like a chunky boy. But when it's us playing, we're down to like 1 hour 20, and when it's anyone else, it's like 3 hours. So we're trying to bridge that gap because we can just like. There's still times when we sit there like we were today and just being like, do I do this? Do I not? But generally speaking, 2-player condenses it, and then being the designer condenses it even more. So my advice is just be the designer of this game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hans the Mole has decided.
This is really
coffee.
Man, I am just oof.
That 7 could lead to a star for best of the coffee. What are you thinking with the coffee? You're going to then go to the midnight.
To the desert vendor.
To the desert vendor to take the coffee.
Yeah, if I don't take the coffee, Peter going to Midnight Merchant is just that's scary. But that does cost him a star because he'll have 3 coffee to my 2.
That's true.
I'm gonna do something. Okay.
You can take constellation soup.
Well, how confident am I that you're gonna take that 7? If I don't.
The sip.
I'm gonna. Oh my God, this is just agony. Okay. I am going to take the 4 wine.
Who in the chat saw that coming?
Yeah, that's not what was on my bingo card.
Alex just wants a drink. He's just like, okay.
No, because now Peter has the same decision to make.
Yeah,
and if
I was going to say
coffee,
this went from being a really easy decision to now I have to probably.
If he takes the coffee, then I get the 7, and I got 2 things instead of
You're delaying it. Nice.
I will have the tie break at the Midnight Merchant.
Correct.
The question is it worth a star to go to the Midnight Merchant and have the tie break and stop Alex from having exclusive Midnight Merchant? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say that definitively is.
And then I'll take the 7 meat.
What?
How dare you?
So that was pretty good for you.
We're now going to pull out of the bag. Do you want to pull those out of the bag?
Go ahead. I thought maybe we would resolve the desert vendor first.
It's after Hans the Mole is.
Of course. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I was thinking of the Midnight Merchant.
So I'm going to pull 5 ingredients out of the bag. Hey, a mushroom. Hey, a mushroom. Hey, a mushroom.
Oh, that's
whoa. Now, that would have been a lot better going into a challenge round that needed mushrooms, but that's still pretty cool.
Or if you're Goat and Ramsey.
Yeah.
That's one of the best.
I'm going to take that 8 bread.
Boop. These other 3 ingredients are going to be at the chef.
The nice thing about sending your 3 to the Chef Academy is you get all the overflow because there's just so much left after.
And here we are with the Midnight Merchant. It is the last Hail Mary of the game. It is 6 bread, a 2 carrot. If you need.
Was it worth it?
Or a 3 carrot.
It absolutely was not worth it. Here's how not worth it is. I'm not even going to serve this bread. I'm just going to take it to deny Alex.
Wow.
We do know Alex likes bread.
Yeah, this is what we
got going on.
I will take the.
My power no longer applies with those 2s, so it's a 2 for me again.
So that's that.
I mean, it wouldn't really help you. It wouldn't be that great anyway, would it, in a critic plate? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'd take
soup.
You know what? Yeah, no, I'll take a soup, sure.
Consolation soup.
The soup fight over 1 star.
I'm taking the carrot that I'm also not gonna serve.
Yeah.
Okay, that was rough. Oh, that
And
was
then
not
I will
great.
go first here, and I will take the 6 carrot.
Okay, so the thing I didn't want to say is I don't have any fish, so I needed this fish. But I
wouldn't have
was
taken it no matter what. But yeah.
Yeah, I was so sure that you were not going to take a 3 fish that I was like, I can send my 3 here really safely. Yeah, I needed that fish.
And you got an allspice.
I think that's my best third.
A lot of spice for the blue restaurant.
Oh, it's better not to have that. Hang on, let me.
All right, and while they're going to be plating up, I'm going to explain some of the things you're going to be considering, because we have this board over here. The waterfront board ends in this restaurant where you're going to. This tells you how to execute the final phase of the game. So what they're going to be doing after day 3 is preparing the critic meal, which is going to be to make their plate, where you're going to try and serve a bread, a carrot, a cheese, a fish, a meat, a mushroom, and a wine, if you can. The person who has the most soup left over will be getting a star, so that's a point. And then if you've served all 7 courses, that's another star, so you can get a point that way. So if you can cover the whole meal. After that, we're going to go ingredient by ingredient for the best of. So, for example, if Alex had a 7 bread and it was spiced, that would be a 14. But if Peter had put a 6 spiced and a 5, that would be 12 plus 5. So 17, the 17 would take it for that star. So that is where each of them are going to duel out for some stars for the best of. And then we're going to get to the rumors, where if they reward stars, we're going to go over that. Then we're going to get any bonus stars, and this can happen from carts, like say the coffee is going to throw a negative 1 star, but also their restaurateurs are going to give them stars. And then finally, the quality level of all your ingredients is going to matter. So that 3 carat versus that 2 carat, you're going to add up all the numbers of what you've picked and then score all that and convert it into stars. And that is how you're going to get all the stars that you have for a final comparison.
Plus our restaurateur's stars minus our coffee star.
Right. I did that in the bonus.
Oh, you did? I'm so sorry. I missed it.
No worries at all.
This is going to be an absolutely fascinating scoring round.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, we've got a couple of things happening here with the pig wanting 2 things and the unsophisticated, which is the only rumor that Peter can see.
Oh, we went in very different directions, and I'm so curious what's going to happen.
Oh, wow. Alex has a very simple, unsophisticated course set of courses.
I think I know what some of the rumors are just from looking at that.
Yeah, this is the Ratatouille strat. I'm going just real basic.
At a glance, I can tell you I'm getting every single bonus star. So that's 7 stars that I'm just getting right
Except
off
for
the bat.
the fish.
Nope. You will also get it, but I'm getting all 7.
All right, so let's go over the
presentation-wise, Peter. Seriously.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, but I'm getting every single unsophisticated star.
Rosie is giving a star for presentation. Okay, so we're going to go over the first step, which is the most soup.
Now, as you guys remember, Donna got me a bunch of soup, and I spent it all, and I have 1.
I have more than 1.
Alex has a lot of soup. How much soup is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
10 soup.
You get a star for 10 soup. You don't get bonus extra.
Yeah, I
credit
served
for
8 soup in a single challenge to get 2 extra stars from it. So
now, I really thought when I was grabbing all that soup near the end, I might give something away about what some of those rumors might be.
Oh no!
And now we're gonna have if you've served all 7, you get a star. Each of our contestants, each of our restaurants gets a star for that. Very nicely done. We wouldn't expect anything less from these pro restaurants. Now we're going to move into the best of, and as Peter stated, that is going to be.
I get 1 star. Peter gets 7.
Yeah,
correct. So just to talk that through, this is a tie. The fish is a 3 and a 3. They each get it. It's all friendly ties in Bistro Bay. But for example, if you take another comparison, it's a 3 versus a 7, or in the case of bread, it's a 4 versus a 16 plus 7. You got 23 for bread. I think that's overkill, but you think the star for that? Okay.
Yeah, so it's the whole course versus the whole course, which is often just a single spiced ingredient, but different critics and different restaurateurs and different rumors, not rumors, different carts can mix that up.
Right. Okay, so now we are going to go over rumors, and we'll start with the one that everyone can see, which is unsophisticated, 1 star for each unspiced single ingredient course served, and 1 4-star for whoever serves the most.
So that'll be 8
That's
stars.
a tie,
for me.
right?
8 stars because every single one of these courses is unsophisticated.
This
I
feels
had-
weirdly balanced. Like Peter just got 8 or something, or 7, and now Alex is gonna get 8. Like I just weirdly
Let's
balanced.
look at the unsophisticated courses over here. This fish, mushroom, and
What were
wine.
those? What were those 3 for?
I had 3
Oh.
unsophisticated courses.
Gotcha.
3 unsophisticated courses.
You're like, Peter, why are you taking stars? Where are these
Why are you
stars coming
taking
from? What's
stars,
happening?
Now let's go over the rumor in the middle. The ellipses rumor is varied servings, 1 for every different value unserved ingredients before spice, and another star for whoever serves the most varied
Ooh.
servings.
This is
So
one where
I've
Peter
got-
actually did quite well.
He did okay
I've got-
because there's an 8 in here as
Yeah.
well.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 6 different numbers.
Yeah, and I only got 5 different numbers.
Oh, dang.
That
2, 3, 4,
organic,
5, 6. Yeah.
that organic
So-
rumor did help out here.
So I get 7 stars for that. So part of the reason, and I didn't want to say this earlier because I wanted to crush Alex. Part of the reason I didn't get those rumors was because it wasn't going to change what I'd done. I'd already gone so hard into these big numbers that any new information was not like
It could have thrown you more.
yeah, it wouldn't have actually got me more points. And in this case, like not knowing it, I hit the same number of points. That's not often the case with rumors, but this one happened to be.
And
That's
the last
next
rumor that was public is Big Dipper. 2 stars
Big
if your
Dipper.
remaining soup quality is equal to or higher than your highest value bread before
So-
spice. So
Any mathematicians, is 1 higher than 8? Because if so, I get a star. I get some stars there.
so yeah, if Peter had seen that, and he would have then scrambled potentially to get as much
Yeah.
soup as he needed, and that would have been a distraction, and decided for himself not to do that.
Yeah, I would have definitely gone to the soup kitchen in that last round.
You
And
can't
Alex
substitute.
had a 4 and was well covered once he had gotten 4, but decided to keep going. All right, then there is one more rumor that applies to everyone. It is
Oh yeah.
Oliver's rumor, and that rumor is sommelier. 2 stars if the highest valued wine and fish you serve match.
Oh,
And 2
nice.
stars if the highest wine and meat you serve match. And Alex did
No,
match up
nothing for me there.
Yeah.
his wine to his bread, to his meat, and his wine to his fish. We got some more points. for
This
that.
is knowing so many rumors. This game was fascinating because I made so many trade-offs, like not serving the double up for the pigs and not trying to. I took a 7 I didn't
Like, you
use. I
even
didn't.
put these spices in. I mean,
I
like,
didn't spice anything. Like I am going to get slaughtered on the actual numerical scoring of this, but I feel good that I did all the things that the pig actually wanted me to do. So,
Yeah.
you listen.
Made the pig happy.
So then there's a bonus score here, which is going to be first of all your restaurateurs. Now they happen to be both playing a 2-star restaurateur, so that's an even amount, but they'd each take 2 stars. Sometimes you could be playing a restaurateur that gives you 5 stars or 1 star, and those are ranked. Basically, the lower the stars, we think those are a little bit better of a restaurateur, and we're trying to balance that out.
yeah. Don't forget, Peter loses a star for his coffee habit.
And yes, because that is also, you'll notice that on the coffee cart itself, it also has that symbol. And that means that'll remind you to there's a point change at this moment. So he loses a star. And then lastly, the final score happens where you are going to, in the game, you have a player board that has, you can put your mouse on it. And basically, you're going to go one by one. Let's say, for example, Alex has a 4 bread and a
Do you want to run Alex's whole plate? Because
yeah,
that's
we
a
could
good one
bring
to do.
we could bring the plate.
Why? Because it's so small and easy to count.
So this is how this would score. You would first give yourself 4 for the bread, and then 6 for the carrot. And these go by 7s. So if you get a 7, you can just move it down exactly 1. And after you're done adding these up, there are some rumors, by the way, that will double things. Like, for example, if they'd seen a rumor where the meat was doubled, then you would treat this as a 6, not a 3.
I was really hoping for a bread doubler. That would have been so good for me.
Bread
this game.
doubler would be.
This is unquestionably the absolute worst final round I've ever had in my life.
Yes, when you're done, if you've managed to loop all the way around, you keep going. Alex has not looped all the way around.
Wait, are you done counting?
Uh-huh.
Oh dear.
So you get the number of stars equal to the row that you end in. So Alex walks away with 4 stars for that meal. Even though the pig was served technically what they were asking for, they did not rate his restaurant very well.
Was it worth it?
No.
And then here we go. The blue restaurant, the Blue Beard, has looped around and is going to walk away with at least 10 stars plus the ending roast.
No, I went back to the wrong thing. Okay, 16. I gotta talk it out. 16 for my doubled organic bread and 7. 14 for my doubled carrot and 5. 14 for my doubled cheese and 4. 3 for my fish. 18 for my meat. 4 for my mushroom and 7 for my wine, and that takes me to 14 stars from my final.
So before Peter counted that up, I had 42 to his 39. So as long as Peter gets less than 3 stars, I think I'm okay.
But actually ended on the same row and looped around, so that's 14 stars.
14 stars, and I lost my one from that. Yep. Okay, so final score there was 53
to my 42.
Those
Pretty
are
good.
amazing scores. There's people on Facebook asking what kind of score should they get. Now, when you mix in carts, when you
And
mix in
restaurateurs.
there's
Yeah.
a bonus rumor in here that's definitely going to increase the scores, but these are pros here. Those are awesome scores. 53 is very high, very well done.
I'm seeing
Alice, you know where to mail the keys,
29
right?
to 35 is quite common. A lot of people in those numbers for standard.
Yeah, I think
25 to 35, I think.
Yeah, if you're playing the first time and you've got just the basic stuff in there, I think anywhere between 20 and 30 is kind of normal when you're first playing. And then you can push yourself up into the 30s as you learn the game. And if you put in the extra stuff, I think you can get to the 40s. I did say that to a group but someone had scored, I think 13 or 14, and they're like, okay, so now I don't feel great. But there are those games when you try stuff, you risk things, and
yeah, all of us here have had a game where we've scored sub 20, sub 15. Like,
yeah,
absolutely.
But there's what I have noticed though, there's a lot of close games in Critter Kitchen. So.
No, this wasn't one of them.
Just rubbing it in there.
Well. I mean, Alex tried to shoot for, it was kind of very creative pig play. I think he needed an organic at least.
Yeah, I think.
So like in hindsight, I mean, I gave up too many points chasing the rumors. I thought, and if Peter hadn't seen Unsophisticated and varied servings hadn't,
rewarded him so well.
Yeah, like that one he actually did better than me, even though he didn't know what it was, just because he put out so many ingredients.
Yeah.
Right.
But I hard played into the pig that time.
Yeah.
That time I was really like, the pig is hungry. I am going to feed the pig.
I love that Goat and Ramsey might be throwing this to the donkey. You are a donkey, and you won my restaurant over.
Yeah, that Donna turn was fantastic.
I got 12 stars in a single challenge round. That is very rare. Like it is. That's happened maybe 3 times ever, and that was because I was just swimming in Donna.
And I think it's worth saying, like, as many times as we've played this game, I don't know that I'd ever specifically had Donna and the coffee shop out at the same time. So seeing that interaction was really
it was really cool.
And again, it wouldn't have happened except it was all rumors that I just knew you weren't even going to touch.
Look at that!
Hey, there she is, my MVP, my most valuable pony.
And not only that, but Sandara, I just realized, put all the ingredients in there.
Oh, look at that! That's great. No cheese.
Wine? Maybe not cheese or wine. Okay, so she got a lot of them in there.
It's on the other side.
She already ate the cheese and wine.
I was trying to work out what the plates were sticking out the top, and I realized they're on the table.
that was a fun matchup. And the next time we play, I'll have to. Well, I don't know how we'll do the hair. We've already dyed all our hair, so that's
The
over.
last one will be the ultimate tiebreaker. It'll be it's 2-2 right now.
2-2. You are up by a significant amount of points now, though.
Sure. You can choose all the restaurateurs. You can choose all the carts. You can choose the critic. I'll give you full carte blanche.
Oh, that one had to work for it, didn't it?
We have a lot of copies going to backers right now, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
We had the beginning was Canada that got started. Canada went really fast, and then we've got Europe kicking it into full gear right now, and I believe Australia just started. And coming online now after the holidays is going to be all of the Asian countries, and so the U.S. starting in February 11th. So we're going to have just this.
Impy, no.
But
they're suggesting for the final game we shave all our hair off, including beard. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I thought you were saying that the U.S. delivery on February 11th should not. That would lead to a lot of sad backers.
No.
So yeah, we're having a blast. That means a lot of people are going to. EU shipping has started. So what's happening now is that it goes by group. So I think the biggest group was deluxes and merch feast, and so those are going out, and then we'll get. It does mean that if you did like a la carte, if you said, "Oh, I'll take 3 cookie cutters and 1 towel," you know those the quantity of that same pick and pack order means that you might go at the end, but they're going really fast at Spiral Galaxy. Same thing for the US. There's a lot of orders. There'll probably be the merch feast and the deluxe going out first, but we're just excited by how many people are going to get this game. And we're going to have a lot of plays of it. So thank you for watching this. This is for anyone who asks if 2-player is still a good Critter Kitchen game. I mean, it is kind of the definitive Critter Kitchen game. You could also play up to 7, which is a lot of fun for different reasons. But 2 is a lot of fun to get inside someone's head. These designers know how to do that, and today was definitely that case. So
yeah, I think you had more rounds inside my head than I did inside yours. So.
Rent free, yeah.
Well, all good. We had fun time. Thank you both for coming. Thank you, Rosie, and thank you for everyone who decided to join us. Let us know what else.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. 2 hours of watching someone play Critter Kitchen. It's that entertaining a game. So we're very pleased that you enjoyed it. And also, Team Pun did win. I think we got to about 20 or something. So
yeah. Cheers. Everybody have a good rest of the weekend and game on. All right.
Bye.